right, guys, here we go. Let's finish up 6-2. We've got just a couple of slides left, a couple of practice problems on exterior angles. The sum of the measures of the exterior angles of a polygon is always 360. A quick review of what we were working on last week. We were working on polygons. We were trying to figure out how much the angles inside add up to. We know that if it's a triangle, they add up to 180. We saw that back in this chart right here. If it's a triangle, they add up to 180. If it's a quadrilateral, they add it up to 360. If it's a pentagon, they add it up to 540. And we said that the way we figured it out was basically to find out how many triangles we could make inside of that figure. If there's 3 sides, it contains 1 triangle, that would be 180 degrees. Each triangle is 180. If it was a quadrilateral, we could draw in a diagonal, and it would make 2 triangles, each triangle being 180, so that's where we got our 360 from for quadrilateral. Pentagons, you could make 2 diagonals, which would make 3 triangles, and it's 3 times 180, which is 540. So we developed a formula, which was right up here, n minus 2 times 180. And that gave us the sum of the interior angles, how much the inside angles add up to. If all the sides are the same, then you can take that sum right here, and you can divide it by the number of sides, and it would give you each angle inside, what each angle would have to be. Do you remember what it's called when it's got all equal sides and all equal angles? It's called a regular polygon because all equal sides, all equal angles, regular polygon. Now, exterior angles is a little different than interior. There's no formula for exterior. Exterior just adds up to 360. It's just like going around the outside of something, and when you go around a circle, you're going 360 degrees. So if I'm going to go around this figure right here, then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is going to add up to 360 degrees. There's nothing formula-wise about it. You just know that they add up to 360. So the little sample problem that we have here, or the little second part of our notes, says that if it's a regular polygon, again, if that's where all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal, then to find each exterior angle, simply divide 360 by the number of sides. So 360 divided by n gives you each angle. So let's say that this is a regular pentagon right here. And you know that all 5 angles are the same. How would I find out the measure for each angle? If I know that they all add up to 360, and they're all the exact same angle, then what would I do to find out what each one is? Yeah, if you can. If not, just go underneath the box or whatever. So if we know that they add up to 360, okay, so if we know that they all add up to 360, and we know they're all the same, and there's 5 of them, what do we do to get each one? Simply divide it by 5. So if I took this and divide it by 5, that's going to be 72 degrees. That means each one of these angles right here would be 72 degrees. Okay, see that? So all the way around, they'd all be 72 degrees. That's what this formula down here is telling us. It's telling us that if you know that they're all the same, it's regular, then just take 360 and divide it by n, you're going to get what each angle outside has to be. That's your exterior angle. Now let's do a couple of samples. I think you have it printed, right? So if you didn't have it printed, just basically get this formula down right here. That's the main one for exterior angles. Just know that they always add up to 360. That's in red, and that's noted. That's what you got to remember on the exterior. So let's take a look at sample A then. What should we do? Here's the question. What should we do? I want to solve for x. I know that they all add up to how much? So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 more is 5, plus 4 more is 9, plus 3 more is 12. So I have 12 x's, and I know they add up to 360. So I'm just going to simply divide by 12, and you're going to get x equals 30. Now, is that 30 degrees? No, it's just x. Now, when you plug it in, you get your degrees. So for this angle, it would be 30 degrees. But for these, that'd be 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 120 degrees, and 90 degrees.
Why do you use 360?
Because, what does this say right here? Exterior angle always add up to 360. So when you see exterior, you always know it's going to add up to 360 degrees. So x is going to be 30 in that case. Now this time I've got a regular octagon. What do I know about a regular octagon? All sides are the same and all angles are the same, and it's what shape that you always see in life. A stop sign, a regular octagon, right? So I know that they have to add up to 360 degrees, and I know there are 8 of them, and I know they're all the same. So just take 360 divided by 8, you'll get all your x's. All the way around, you'll get all the x's. So 360 divided by 8, how many times does 8 go into 36? 3, that's 32, right? And it's going to be 40, and it's going to be 35. 45. Why did I put a 3? That's funny. Okay, so yeah, that is definitely 45 degrees. So each one of these angles right here would be 45 degrees. So that would be that one. Each exterior angle, not just one of them, but all 8 of them are all 45 degree angles. That's how that one works. And there's just one more slide. I don't remember what's on it, but I think it's just a couple of sample problems. A couple of practice ones. So let's take a look at those. I can come back to this one if you need it. Plus, it'll be online tonight. I'll put it up for you. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Now we're putting all of it together. Find the value of x. What do I need to do to solve for x here? Do I know how much they have to add up to? I don't know off the top of my head, so maybe I need to figure it out. How many sides are there? 5 sides. And how many triangles could fit in here? Okay, 3 triangles. So 5 minus 2 makes my 3 triangles, and I'm going to multiply that by 180. So that's going to be 540 degrees. That's what all of these need to add up to. So I've got 114 plus 105 plus 102 plus 135 plus x. And all these together need to add up to 540 degrees. So all 5 of these angles need to add up to 540. So let's go ahead and add those together. Like, you're a little distracted, Nick. What's wrong? What? Yeah, I'm already printed. These were from last week, though. We were just finished. All right, so we got 100, 200, 300, 400. And we got 14 and 5 is 19. And 2 is 21. 21 and 35 would be 56. So I'm thinking 456. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
And then subtract 456. So that cancels out. You're going to get x equals, and your last angle is going to be 84?
Yeah.
84 degrees. So there is how you do the first one. Okay, the second one says the measure of each angle of a regular polygon is 165. How many sides does the polygon have? how many sides does it have? So we're going to use n minus 2 times 180 to figure out the total number that it has to add up to. And we're going to divide it by n because it says it's a regular polygon. Since it's regular, we can divide it by n and it'll give us each angle. And we know that they all add up to 165. That's what each angle is. My job at this point is to solve for n. You remember what I did first to solve for n on this one, on the last part 1's notes? How did I get rid of that fraction? Multiplied both sides by n to get rid of the fraction. So I'm actually going to get, and I'm going to distribute this 180. So I'm going to get 180n minus 360 equals 165n. Now I'm going to subtract 180n on both sides. So it's going to give me negative 360 equals negative 15n. And divide by negative 15. So let's see, n would be 360 divided by 15. 24 looks about right. So 24 sides. That'd be a 24-sided figure. In a 24-sided figure, if it's a regular 24-sided figure, all of the angles are 165 degrees inside. It looks pretty round, because 165 is a pretty big angle. It's almost flat. 180 is a straight line flat. So it looks pretty round. It's got 24 sides. Each angle is 165. Okay, how do I solve for y in number 3? What do I have to do with all those exterior angles? Do I need a formula? Or do I just write an equation? Okay, well, what do I know about the equation? They're all exterior angles. They add up to 360. 2, 4, 6 of them. So you're going to get 6y adds up to 360. And then just divide by 6. Y is going to be 60. Now, it's not degrees. That's just your y value. If you plug it in, you get your angle in degrees. Regular hexagon. We want to know what that angle would be. And it's regular. That means all these sides are the same and all the outside angles. If I made another angle here, I made another angle here, I made another one here, and another one here, and another one here, all of these would be x. So basically, I know that they're going to add up to 360. And I know they're all the same. And how many are there? 6 of them. 360 divided by 6. Each angle, that is 60 degrees. Because x is in degrees right here. So they're all going to be 60-degree angles. So in a regular hexagon, your exterior angles will all be 60 degrees. Your interior angles are going to be more than that. They're obtuse. They're all going to be 120. Exterior angles will all be 60. All right, there's the end of 6.2.